Have you ever wondered how you can transform a woman's feelings from just casual interest to total obsession? That's exactly what I'll be discussing today. As someone who specializes in female psychology, I often see men who find themselves in a situation where things are going well with a woman. They get along, there's attraction, and they don't have major conflicts. Yet despite all this, they hit a ceiling. She's into them, sure, but not to the point where she's pursuing them or showing intense passion. You can feel the difference between a woman who's simply interested and one who's genuinely excited about you. So how do you take her feelings from lukewarm to burning with desire? The secret is making her think about you constantly. One key principle I always share with men is that for a woman to truly fall for you, she needs to be thinking about you even when you're not around. The more she reflects on you, the deeper her feelings will grow. A lot of nice guys miss this. They don't realize that certain behaviors can actually reduce how much she thinks about them. Understanding this dynamic is critical. In another one of my videos, I talk about the idea of abundance. When a man embodies abundance, he naturally does things that keep women intrigued, which is why women tend to chase men who are pursued by others. These men possess habits that keep women thinking about them effortlessly. But what if you're not currently juggling multiple women or aren't naturally exuding this abundance? Then it becomes crucial to pay attention to your actions. If you don't, a woman who was once interested could easily lose that initial spark. Today we'll go over specific strategies to ensure you're constantly on her mind, keeping her interest alive and kicking. Number 1, be multidimensional. The first strategy to ensure she's constantly thinking about you is by becoming multidimensional. This idea forms the foundation of the early stages of how to make a woman chase you. When a woman first meets you, she rapidly builds a picture of who you are based on the limited information available. For example, if you're a software engineer, she might mentally file you away as the nice guy in tech who spends time with a certain crowd. The problem is, once she's locked you into this image and you continue to fit that mold, things can quickly become predictable and boring. To shake this up, you need to introduce layers that show her there's more to you than what she first imagined. The goal here is to avoid becoming a flat, one-dimensional figure in her mind. For example, if you're known for being highly spiritual, that's a good thing. But if that's all she sees, you become easy to predict. By showing a contrasting side, like being fierce in business or having a competitive edge, you reveal a more complex version of yourself. This mix of traits makes you far more intriguing. It's like the difference between characters in a movie. Take Han Solo from Star Wars, for example. He's a fan favorite because he's unpredictable. He's a mix of good intentions and bad boy edge, which makes him relatable and fascinating. Compare that to Luke Skywalker, who, though heroic, is largely one-dimensional, and as a result doesn't capture the same level of intrigue. By adding layers to your personality, you'll become far less predictable, and this unpredictability keeps her hooked. One of the core principles of making any woman chase you is never letting her box you into a single category. Stay dynamic, reveal new aspects of who you are, and you'll remain on her mind. Number 2, don't be a sure thing. The next key to keeping her hooked is steering clear of coming across as a sure thing. When things are going smoothly between you and a woman, it's important to inject some mystery and anticipation into the dynamic. If she walks away from an encounter knowing exactly how you feel and that you're fully invested, there's nothing left for her to wonder or be curious about. Take, for example, a great date. Instead of jumping to plan the next one or pouring out how much fun you had, keep things light and open-ended. Say something like, "I'll catch up with you soon," without giving a clear timeline. This uncertainty makes her wonder when she'll hear from you again, keeping you on her mind. I remember my girlfriend once telling me that the initial ambiguity in our relationship drove her crazy. Because she couldn't predict my next move, she found herself thinking about me constantly. Nice guys often make the mistake of being too predictable, like planning future dates weeks in advance or always being available. This behavior leaves no room for excitement or challenge, and as a result, they seem overly accessible. By avoiding becoming a sure thing, you maintain that air of mystery, which naturally fuels her interest and curiosity. Number 3, be unpredictable. The next crucial tactic to keep a woman thinking about you nonstop is mastering the art of unpredictability. There are multiple ways to introduce unpredictability without resorting to the obvious moves. Many guys assume that being unpredictable just means delaying their replies to her texts, which can work, but there's a subtler, more effective way. Recently, I worked with a client who was in the early stages of dating a woman, and every night he'd send her a goodnight text like clockwork. While this may seem sweet, it quickly became a predictable routine, leaving nothing for her to wonder about. I advised him to start skipping the goodnight text every now and then. It's a simple move, but by breaking that pattern, he created an element of confusion and curiosity in her mind. Suddenly, she's left questioning why she didn't get that text and wondering what changed. When you disrupt an expectation like that, it opens up a mental space where she starts thinking about you more. She might begin to wonder what you're up to, why you didn't message, and who you could be with. Her imagination will start running wild, and she might even check your social media to see if there's any clue to your absence. This kind of uncertainty amplifies her curiosity, making her realize how much she's invested in you, which only strengthens her attraction. Number 4. Invoke mystery. The fourth strategy to ensure she's constantly thinking about you is to introduce an air of mystery. The more mysterious you are, the more space you take up in her thoughts. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you post 3 different things on Facebook. One photo with your arm around a girl, another of you hanging out with a group of friends, and a third showing a beer next to a martini glass with the caption, "Cheers to a good night with good company." That last post will intrigue her the most because it's vague. She'll wonder who you're with, why you didn't show them, and her mind will start filling in the blanks. This element of mystery is a powerful tool in keeping you on her mind. The trick to making a woman chase you is built around ideas like unpredictability and avoiding being too available. Many men shy away from these tactics because they fear she might lose interest or seek attention elsewhere. But this provides a balanced approach, maintaining the right amount of intrigue without overdoing it. If you want her thinking about you nonstop, here's the blueprint. 1. Don't be a sure thing. Leave room for doubt and anticipation. 2. Break her expectations once in a while to keep her guessing. Show that you're multi-layered by revealing different aspects of your personality. Tone down the nice guy tendencies to add some excitement and unpredictability. Always weave in elements of mystery to keep her mind occupied with thoughts of you. When you balance these strategies, not only will she think about you more, but she'll also feel a stronger urge to win your affection. This creates a deeper, more compelling attraction that keeps her hooked. Number 5. Stop being a nice guy. The fifth key strategy is dialing back the nice guy behavior. I often critique this mindset because it tends to be predictable, overly agreeable, and avoids confrontation at all costs. The truth is, women thrive on a bit of drama. It keeps them engaged and emotionally invested. Nice guys, however, often remove any sense of tension or excitement from the relationship, making interactions feel flat. When there's no drama, there's nothing for her to obsess over. Drama, in moderation, fuels her thoughts about you, keeping her mind occupied. Some guys unintentionally create drama by being unreliable or disorganized, but nice guys tend to have their life neatly organized, which, while responsible, can sometimes result in boredom. For example, a nice guy might always make plans, stick to them, and never cause a stir. While this sounds ideal, it also removes any sense of unpredictability. Introducing a bit of tension or surprise can actually keep things more exciting. This doesn't mean you should go out of your way to create problems, but rather that you shouldn't suppress your authentic self, even if that means embracing occasional disagreements or conflicts. While a peaceful, smooth relationship may be what you want, for many women, too much calmness can feel like a lack of passion. It's essential to break up that monotony from time to time. This doesn't mean being intentionally difficult, but it does mean allowing natural differences and conflicts to surface and dealing with them honestly. This healthy balance of tension and resolution keeps her engaged and thinking about you. Number 6. Introduce competition. The final strategy I'll be talking about is introducing competition. This means making her feel like she needs to compete for your attention and interest. Here's the deal. If a woman feels like she has complete control over you, she won't feel the need to work for your attention. But when you show that she doesn't hold as much power as she thought, it sparks a deeper investment. For instance, after a breakup, or if she starts to pull away instead of sulking or trying to win her back. Dive into something new, whether it's a hobby, a side project, or an adventure. If she reaches out and finds you genuinely engaged and excited about this new passion, she'll see that you're not just sitting around longing for her. This shift in energy can make her realize she's losing her influence over you. Many women assume you're pining away for them, scrolling through their social media and waiting for their return. That's unattractive, but if she imagines you're off skiing in the Alps or fully immersed in a thrilling new pursuit, her perception of you changes. Suddenly, she sees your life thriving without her, making her feel like she's missing out on something exciting. Introducing new activities and interests into your life creates a subtle sense of competition. When she sees that you're happy and fulfilled without her, it shows in your demeanor and interactions. This makes her question whether she underestimated your value, sparking her desire to win back your attention. And there you have it, 5 powerful strategies to make any woman think about you non-stop. Remember, this isn't about manipulation or mind games. It's about being someone who naturally stays on her mind. It all boils down to being genuine, authentic, and impactful. When you combine these elements with a bit of mystery and unpredictability, you become someone worth remembering. So go ahead and apply kindness, authenticity, and a dash of intrigue into your daily interactions. Before you know it, you'll be the one she's thinking about day and night. If you're interested in learning more, check out our video on 6 ways to attract anyone you desire and 5 conversation starters that will spark chemistry with a crush. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more insights. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, be masculine.